Mm-hmm.
And we are. Wait, is my mic doing the mic? My mic is doing the mic work. All right. Uh, we are Vagabond Gaming here with the Hills Have Bones. I am Captain Valen. I play Seto, the Eladrin Rogue Sorcerer, and I am joined by I'm joined by these motherfuckers.
Hello, I'm a motherfucker. First motherfucker. My name's Mike, and I play Steve. I'm a druid that's also a furblog. And a
Hi,
motherfucker.
I'm Rev. I'm the other motherfucker today. I play the Warlock Paladin.
And I'm Sage, today's final motherfucker. And I am the DM of this game, A Hills Have Bones. Last time, The Hills Have Bones, the gang ended up at the doorway into the Feywild, having been followed by the mysterious laughter of somebody behind them while doing their rite. They decided to investigate, and upon investigation, they discovered the Eladrin in front of them. The Eladrin introduced themselves as Willow Stitchvine, and Seto felt a familiar connection to them. Having talked to the gatekeepers, they realized that both the swamp-like abomination and the myconoids from when they first set off on their adventure were actually creatures who lived around the portals between this plane and the Feywild. We join them again as they enter. So you are following Willow Stitchvine. She is leading you through, and as you were led through, I believe, Seto, you realised that there were names on this pillar-like arch in front of you. And I realised, because it's been a long time, it might be nice to just quickly take you guys back to those pillars that I was referring to. So I believe you should be on this map now?
Mm-hmm.
I don't think Rev necessarily saw this map, so I think that would help as well. But this archway-like structure had mortal lich names on it. And you weren't sure how those names were appearing, but one thing you noticed when you were in this area was that they seemed to come and go as these lives existed, and Brad Langford's name being on there. So yeah, just to remind you of where that is. As you follow Willow, you notice toadstool-like structures start becoming more and more part of the tree canopy, and it seems to transition into night, although you know from the dappled sunlight beneath your feet that it is still daytime. Roll me a skill based on the way your character is moving forward as you pass through one plane to the next. So that could be like you're rolling charisma performance because you're doing it in a very showing off way. It could be investigation because you're trying your hardest to understand what you're seeing. It could be perception because you're trying your best to see around you as you walk through. It could be anything, but just like how are you moving through this space?
I'm gonna make myself look bigger and more dangerous than everybody else. No.
I think Seto's still nervous. So he's still gonna, bitch, hide, not well, or try to, but he's like enamored with the whatchamacallit chick too, the other Eladrin.
Willow Stitchvine.
Willow.
So
Older chick.
I only see Steve's roll.
Oh, I roll an 11.
Oh, okay, sorry.
I rolled a 14 in stealth,
In
but
roll 20 for me is showing.
it's not coming over because I don't have the tool set up on the new computer yet.
Okay, that's fine. It just means I have to pull up a different sheet for a sec. No worry. Let's look. There. Oh, it's not. Okay, yeah. It's not coming up on
It's not showing, yeah.
the game log
Not
for
showing up
me.
on D&D Beyond either.
I see Steve and mine.
Yeah.
We know that Setos is not coming up.
Is it definitely the Seto that's in this campaign? It's not like a duplicate, just to check.
Nope, I definitely fucked that up. You're absolutely correct.
I did think you did.
Were you Nari?
No, I was Seto, but it says from Theo's game, not the Hill of Bones. There we are. I will roll the same thing. Let's see if it works.
Yeah, that's the right one.
That seems like me. Yep, at level 9.
Cool. So as Seto kind of moves through this space very hidden, you guys start to lose sight of him, apart from Steve, who can see everything around him. And Steve, being able to see everything around you means that you're able to see the reaction of plants. Why are plants reacting? And you see Newt in front of you, desperately trying to put on a brave show of intimidating the flora, right?
Especially the guy, the undead guy that is like me.
Mm-hmm.
It's more about him than the plants.
Okay.
Are there fucking birds?
Yes. I would say with an 11, you definitely don't intimidate him. But you're like walking through a tunnel-like space. Like the mushrooms have covered up. Once you're past this archway that you're going through in front of you, it's kind of like a tunnel that is made of entirely organic structures. So rather than it being like an archway-shaped tunnel that's easily recognizable as like going under something, it's kind of more like you just can't see where the top of the roof is because there's so many intersecting like plants and mushrooms and stuff. So like you're walking through at the moment. He's staying on that side of the fence. You can take that as you will with the intimidation. But Steve, you notice the plants do react to Newt's energy. You see some of them that is intimidating enough for them to try and bend out of his way. And you see others that seem to put their thorniest side toward him. But you do notice that the plants seem to move. And as you come out of this space and it opens up, everything changes. And Willow Stitchvine turns to all of you and says, I don't know what you have come here to see, but I am glad you have come, Little Leaf especially. I do not think that you have chosen your visage yet, no?
It just changes when I wake up. And if something really, really bad happens.
But this is passive, surely.
No. Sometimes if I know I'm gonna, like, say we're gonna storm the castle, I can kind of put myself in a more serious mood and make sure that I'm summer for that. So yeah.
But this is your season, not your visage. I take of willow, I take of a tree, others take of other things. Do you not know who you are?
And just kind of like shrugs and shakes his head. He's like, no. I only just learned that, like, he essentially, there was a sacrifice for me to even be alive. So, kind of wrapping my brain around that still. And then you show up, and you're all like green and elven and Eladrin and like me, but like different.
Maybe it is because you have been on the mortal plane so long. But most of us have a visage we choose, a plant that is our source of difference. But you, little leaf, you do not look like you have chosen.
I didn't know that I could.
You could be seaweed.
I could be, I suppose. Yeah, that's.
If you are a kelp heart, it is not a bad thing.
No, it's just not a me thing.
There's this mushy green stuff that grows in the sides of the walls in the sewers.
Sewer kelp? Now this I am not aware of.
That's
I'm not
just-
sure I was.
It's not
That's
not
just
tasty at all.
toilet paper. No,
I
that's
know
just
what toilet paper tastes like. It's different.
And it just kind of points.
It's another kind of tree. I hear it sometimes.
You hear it sometimes?
Yeah, everything I know, I hear it through the pipes.
Oh.
And this time, some people were talking that paper is made of trees. You could be a paper.
You could be whatever you choose. It is not for me to choose. However, there is one thing I would like to say. For you to pass through into a place I think you should see, you will need to have made a deal. There are problems in any area, and I believe I understand why you could be sent here, but to look into that, I would ask that you look after an issue we have. Have you seen a strangely carnivorous bee?
Yes. It was a lady that looked like a bee that was pretty aggressive, and so we put her down. And I think we got one of the bees or something, and
You do?
something. I don't know. Steve, you saved something from the hive, from the hat lady hive. Yeah, there. See, look.
And she does look at it. And she says, I see. We have noticed somewhere in your plane they are coming through into our plane. I think they are bypassing our boundaries by, rather than transferring into us directly, going a loop round. I'm not sure where the weakening is, but there is already small infestations here. I cannot make this deal, but I can lead you to who can. Their name is Marto. Marto will show you the way.
Wait, our Martha?
Marto?
Oh, I thought you said. Okay, I thought you said Martha. Like,
Understandable. Yeah, and she just kind of talks about this for a little bit. I want you guys to roll insight.
damn it.
No.
Oh, I got. Okay, it's not nothing. It's not nothing. Hey.
I think you probably think that like every time you turn up somewhere, someone's bloody asking you to do something. Like these guys, everyone. I mean, at least these guys seem to take you along to do it. But like, why can't people handle themselves? I mean, you got the water back all by yourself, really.
For real. I mean, you should handle yourself, lady. It's a lady, right?
Yeah.
Lady Dree.
I am quite old, and
Age is not a problem. When I was just by a tadpole, I kill a spider. Then I went out of my home, and I was still very young. I kill a frog, and suddenly, boom! I kill a dragon, and I'm here. You know what I mean?
I'm gonna have her roll insight.
Yeah.
It's the only
Insight for insanity. Like how?
It's not in.
No, she rolled a nat 5. Absolutely not. Yes. Yeah. Oh, I have never met someone so capable at such a young age. But I am not a tadpole. I am over 1,000 years old and a tree.
And a tree.
In the tree.
I
It's
forgot
tree.
Seto has an Irish accent, or what I was trying to have one.
I'm going through Vincent at some sentences.
I'm trying my best to have a voice. So just some distinguishing between NPCs. However, for Steve, she's downplaying this.
That's clear.
With a nat 20 though, I think you realize she's not just downplaying the bee issue as an issue, or like the size of it or whatever. She's downplaying how important it is for you to have the right to access the Feywild as somebody that is not from this plane. And how important that would be to come through. And I think on a nat 20, you realize that she's actually a little bit afraid of bringing people in without permission.
Gotcha.
But with a deal to be here, no one can say anything to you. Which...
That's how it works, yeah.
Mm-hmm. So what do you guys do?
I assume we're still in said passage?
You're about to come out of it.
Man, well, it's not like I'm just gonna stop. But I will say, any further that I go, I'm like constantly looking for anybody who would even remotely look like Seto's parents.
Oh,
Non-stop.
She does look like Seto's mum.
Yes, but like I'm like actively looking for mom and dad.
Do you mention?
Yeah, you haven't said that yet, buddy. Just so you know.
No, it's just because. Okay, it would change things. Who knows? I don't know.
Are you 1,000 years old? Seto?
No, I'm only 100. A measly little baby. I am still a tadpole.
Here's another question. Do I know Mom and Dad's full name?
Would
No.
you? Yeah, it was
Okay.
I was going to say, the
I
way
would
they
assume
described
that-
that.
They didn't give Seto a last name or any other defining characteristics that I know of.
I think probably in fear of somebody knowing his full name, they did not give you a full name.
Okay. That's
But
fair.
but you also don't know why they didn't give. Like, it might occur to Steve that that's why, but there could be other parts of it that you're not aware of. I think on a Nat 20 insight, I would say that you have probably noticed that she said her visage was of a willow and her name is Willow. So it's possibly to do with that. And she did ask Seto, "Oh, is that your real name?" And then has said about this visage. So I think on that Nat 20 insight, some of that might float around in the back of your head. And as you guys do continue following her out the passage.
Did my 21 get anything?
Oh, sorry, I didn't see that.
Did it not come up?
I think it's the nat. Yeah, no, it's fine. I think you would understand that she was downplaying the bee problem. I think that some of the deal stuff would occur to you because you are an Eladrin and like you are a tricky fellow yourself.
Okay.
I don't think you would pick up on the name stuff.
Okay. Right.
As like you don't have a last name and stuff like that, because I think you're too focused on all the things around you to look at your own self.
And I am basically Madonna. Like, who needs a last name?
Sure.
But yeah, as you exit this passage, she introduces you to Mato, or Mato. And this is Mato.
Oh, look at all them toes.
This strange, elven, you assume, creature comes towards you. Walking with each step, roots grow around his legs. These roots are not his feet, and they do not stay after he walks away. Something under the robe is odd. But he seems jolly. And he does have eggs and a bird's nest on his head.
And mushrooms in his belly. I can see that, bitch.
You gonna eat those?
I love mushrooms.
No, the eggs.
I'm more
With
interested
mushrooms.
to see what bird it is. Yeah, look in the tummy. Ain't on the kneecap.
I would quite like it if you did not. No.
He's like, he looks dumbfounded for a second, and then he remembers everything here is kind of alive. Like, he's just... Even though he was introduced, it's still like a tree to him until it spoke at him. You know? It's...
Are you a tree?
No, I'm an Eladrin.
What kind of a legend?
I'm a root folk.
Root? Alright. That's very different.
I just like how grounded they are.
He just puts a hand up for it. Like, he's like, high five?
Like a root literally in the shape of a hand. Whap.
It was solid.
You do notice there is only one arm he seems to have, and it is constantly holding a lamp. And he says, "If you don't mind following me, well, Willow has already told me the plan, so, should we go?"
Alright. I just...
And
Wait. What plan?
you're going to try to make a deal.
Oh, Emma. Yeah, we are. We're gonna go make...
Like
what are we
that
gonna make a deal?
was presumptuous.
Well, Skelty Boy has got some rather nice tea, and I'm hoping that he'll let you drink it if you make a deal, and then you'll have permission.
I guess what
Don't call him Skelty Boy, though. He doesn't like it when I do it.
That is really good that you said that, because that is the first thing out of my... That would have absolutely been the first thing out of my mouth from 40 feet away.
It's probably gonna be the first thing he says.
It is not...
Or I say.
No,
For that matter.
it is going to be one of us.
If you say Skelty, I think it'll be fine, but...
You're just making it worse. Now we're just going to call him Boy.
I hate the skeletons.
The skeletons?
I hate them. Skeleton. You say skeleton boy, right?
Yes, he is a little bit harder in his corporeal form. Like me, to be fair. Can't judge.
I like things to have meat.
We have bad memories.
You're going to have
skeletons.
problems here.
We had bad memories with skeletons and undead before, and these guys over here still. I'm gonna tell you right now. Got me.
You're past those by this point. You've been going for at least
right.
half an hour through this passage.
Do I see any of these sons of bitches? Because he's itchy about them too. I think each one of them sons of bitches might have killed him.
It really is. It really is mostly ephemera. Like there isn't much in the this is a traveling pathway that is rarely traveled.
I misunderstood.
Actually, anyone that wants to could roll me nature.
Ooh, I'm gonna roll
nature.
You've been traveling this for a while. You do find ooh.
I rolled a higher nature than Steve.
I think I rolled 3 to 5s.
That's what I get for rolling a 6.
I don't have any bonuses. I just lucked out on my roll so much.
You feel at home.
I do. Oh, I like that. That's good narrative dice. See the dice now. The dice now.
I would say both of you probably get the gist of this, apart from Newt, who probably doesn't actually have any eggs in this basket. If you were to consider what a secret passage in, or a behind the shed door, you're getting the vibe that this is not the main entrance. This is not the well-traveled entrance. This is the get the princess out the burning castle entrance.
Oh, all right.
My sus is on heightened senses. I'm
100%.
ready I'm very sussed.
And Willow doesn't go with you the whole way. Willow comes halfway, probably down this passage, tells you about meeting Marto, lets you continue going, and then you meet Marto before you come out of this time. It would feel odd. You are being changed hands. There is this, jolly, very odd root folk at Ladrin. However, as the passage opens up, you do come out to a place that is beautiful, by all means.
Oh, this is sauce. I'm so
and in front of you,
Seto's, everybody Seto's in his stance where he's about to shoot or stab something. If it moves even just a little too skittishly, he's fucking but at the same time, his hands are just resting on them in a real comfortable way, where he's ready, but he's not you said that Steve was on alert. You know what I mean? He's just ready, if that makes sense. He's more comfortable than alert, but he's fucking ready, because this is weird shit. Let's do it.
How big it is?
Crash heap.
How big is what?
The dude with the hat.
Scale to you as being 5 feet, roughly. If those tokens are 5 feet, then the dude is 15 odd feet tall. Marto is probably about 10 feet tall. Steve obviously technically is 7 feet or something, but you know what I mean.
Oh.
Roughly, that is kind of in proportion. In fact, because this is, as one could say, a cutscene, Steve's probably about that size.
Big boy.
He is a big boy. And actually, you are a small boy.
Oh, shit.
Oh.
Yo,
So,
what did Vivi get into in later life?
You're not wrong.
Like,
I think it's just tea, really, and tea accessories.
yeah. Well, whatever path
Also some puppets.
he took is the opposite T path that Iroh took. I'll tell you that right now.
Oh.
I get closer, amazed by their size, and I pull out some bones, rat bones.
Oh, my Lanta.
This is for your hat.
To offer me, have you?
Oh, my Lanta.
This is a gift
Oh.
from
Oh,
us
This is so
to
sus.
you.
Oh, us. Us. Oh, us.
Us?
Oh, fuck.
Yeah, this one, that one, he killed that rat
What the fuck?
when we met.
Well, that may be technically true. That's not. We.
We heard that.
Yeah.
Marto kind of just whispers, "If it's possible, do mention sorting out what Willow would have said." And then like tries their best to like not be like you probably notice even without insight. Marto is obviously stepping back, trying desperately to not look like this is his idea for you. Like,
remember what she said. It was her.
like yeah, remember.
She brought you
Yeah.
most of the way. I just got you, like from the foyer. Is what I.
Like who even are you? Yeah,
I'm just
yeah.
a doorman, really. This is just.
That is exactly.
That being
the vibe.
said, I'm gonna take a look around and see if anybody is watching us, because I don't think that they would act like that. They didn't think they were being watched.
And these assholes are here this time.
Those assholes are here.
Yeah.
They weren't through the tunnel, but now they are.
Yeah. Fun's out, guns out. When it, like you can't not look at something that kills you without
and they haven't said
know what I
anything.
mean? Yeah,
These could be like guards and shit.
He's gonna
Or
have
like
it
big
on
boy.
the-
You know
Magoo.
what? Roll me
Not gonna
insights.
take it out. Not gonna take it out.
I don't
Roll
know.
me insights.
Oh,
Oh god.
I don't like any of this.
Me neither. This is.
Oh, baby, again!
Holy shit, Steve! I'm gonna get a 2. Nope! You motherfucker! You did this to me, Steve! I got a 1! I'm sorry. I fucked something up bad and I might shoot one of these things. Oh my god, I don't want to do that above board. Like, this is a really good RP moment. I don't want to fuck up.
No, I think we should embrace the ones more.
Yeah. Embrace the 1s and 20s. Roll with them 1s and 20s.
You gotta. I'm just saying what I want versus what's about to happen.
Me, emotionally, the human within.
Yes.
So, Steve, with that nat 20 insight, I will say you get the idea that both Matto and the Eladrin that is enormous in front of you are acting in a guarded way. And Matto wasn't when you were in the tunnel.
Wait a minute. That's a fucking Eladrin?
Yes.
Okay, I'm way less concerned about these guys in this particular...
That's trash heap.
very specific fucking moment. Holy shit, they can be like that?
Yes.
Yeah, no, he's in awe. Like, his gun, he's ready, but he's not, like, as concerned with them as he would normally be if there wasn't a, 10, 15 foot tall Eladrin over there. You know what I mean? With 4 hands and, like, I don't know, Tamagotchis and shit in his fucking hat brim.
Yeah. Has he accepted my rat bones?
Yeah, has he accepted?
I'll be honest, you guys have interrupted me so much that I haven't been able to get to it.
I'm so sorry. This is it blew. I didn't know that was an Eladrin. I thought that was like a forest spirit. This is. Oh God.
I have thoughts. I'm
Let
gonna
me.
Can I just do one thing before you start?
Mhm.
It'll be stupid simple. I'm just going to stand here because I want to know. I'm trying to feel out: is he sus of me? Is he sus of Newt? Or is he sus of Seto? Because I feel like it may be there's an Eladrin here who has not picked out their shit yet.
Okay.
That's all. Go on.
Yeah. Yeah, fair. What I'm going to do is, because you've just done a move, Newt wants to do some bones, and Seto rolled a nat 1. I'm going to have 3 things that are happening at roughly the same time. As you notice how guarded both of these Eladrin seem, on that nat 20, I'm going to say that you realize that those whatever those swampy abominations are, they weren't in the tunnel section. And I'm going to say that insight allows you to notice that this enormous Eladrin in front of you that's like kind of brewing tea seems to almost be made of algae in his cape, which is why he has all of this kind of moldable shapes.
Liquid tea, Petra.
However, his hand that is flesh is very much flesh. Unlike the abominations. Newt, as Steve starts to back away slightly, noticing something, you have already started to dash forward with rat bones. And you offer them kind of like to this creature that you probably wouldn't even understand is technically the same thing as Seto, for his hat. Yeah, because he's got a cool hat. And as you go to do this, the response that Skelt gives is what Seto misinterprets. Skelt goes, interesting. I've not actually been given gifts for the hat before, but I do love a little thing. Yes, good. Immediately, 2 of those hands take a rat skull and intertwine it into like its own little hanging place on his like sombrero-y scenario. And other bones are then crafted by these 2 bottom hands as Skelt continues to brew swamp tea. Seto, you see that situation maybe differently to the others. Steve probably sees that Skelt is genuinely happy. Newt probably sees that Skelt seems to be pleased and they're going on the hat. That's good. You think that there is some kind of charm involved and that Newt has been hypnotized by Skelt. Because why is he giving up his prized rat bones so quickly, so easily? He fought hard for those rat bones. He's always telling you how much he hates rats and how he wants them all dead. Why would he give up the carcass? Newt's never given up food.
I mean, it's bones. I don't need them.
Nat 1.
Yeah, but I'm explaining the DM. The PC doesn't know. He's a nat 1.
Yeah, that. How would you guys proceed having all of this taken place?
I'm observing still.
Cool.
I'm nonchalant with this guy. Talking like, how are you doing?
Quite well, actually. Would you like a seat in the wet or the damp?
The wet.
Then be my guest to the swamp front.
Yeah,
I sent.
I think Seto's like just kind of like freaked out because he doesn't know how to break the thing, and he can still read a situation, like even a -1. So I don't think it's gonna fucking shoot somebody, but he is gonna be like, "What did you do to my friend?" Like he would never do like guns out in front of him, or at least to the side because he doesn't want to get backstabbed. But he's like, "What did you do?" Like he got a fucking Newt in some kind of mind trance, and it's like he's got his gun and you can see the fire, very familiar. Like he's when there's multiple enemies.
You are very rude.
He uses what the fuck is?
You are being very rude to a new friend with a big hat.
Yeah, of course you would say that. You're the one mind controlled.
You are mind control.
I am not mind controlled. It would be ridiculous because I haven't
Don't
done
mind
anything.
him.
Like I don't
He's
know.
very confused because he's not that tall as you people are, and he was winter yesterday, and now he's green and he's confused. It's probably an age thing because he's not 1,000 years old, but he's a good.
Yeah, he's a baby.
It's understandable. He unstable seasons. Pubescent almost.
I got,
Leaves.
I got all kinds of moss in places. You don't know where my moss grows.
Sir, my lower half is entirely made of algae. I assure you. I know.
I was telling him he should be seaweeds or some kind of moss or algae.
If I'm gonna be any kind of fucking arboreal awesomeness, it's gonna have to represent me. I'm pretty sure he liked the haberdashered one here had love of algae before he was just like, I'll pick algae,
Well,
right?
you have mushy brains,
right?
so
Right? He knows he's like he's literally asking once he realizes he doesn't know the answer. Like, it's something that you love, right? It's not just some shit. It's not just, I'll be a dandelion.
No, it's not quite that simple. But it would have been nice. Although it's more a reflection of who one is than who one wants to be. And they start pouring out a tea. They take a cup from their own, like, haberdashery, as you say, and they pour it out and they sip it into the cloth. Like, they don't lift the veil, they sip it, and some drains down and some clearly goes in. And a slight orange flaked liquid stains around where they've just drunk. Why are you here?
I'm gonna press the digitation, what would be a milk mustache of tea, like off, because it's bothering him, like the tea debris. It's like if it were stuck in their teeth, he would do the same thing. So he's just cleaning the mask of the tea debris.
I would only say, are you sure you want to cast a spell towards somebody that you have not even introduced yourself to properly?
That is true.
It's only a thing to know, because their 3 was for insight on you guys, and they do not see a great thing right now.
Alright, that's fair. No, I'll take that one.
I just started to put mud on myself. Moisture myself a little.
Yeah, I guess we
Like,
can...
I'm at home.
I think he appreciates that.
I'm at home, like, why are we here? Isn't that the question? Always, everywhere. Why are we here? I don't know.
Yeah.
It's existential.
Who knows that stuff?
Friggin' Newt with the existential wisdom.
Yeah, I mean,
Well-
I feel I'm in my element right now with the mud and the worrying about the 15 feet tall elf.
Meanwhile, Seto's like thing with the tea is manifesting by him keeping himself like pristine.
looking at them. Just like,
What are your names?
God damn it.
My name is Minute, late for dinner. It's new. New name. New nude.
Often people's names change.
It didn't change, it's just new. It's my first one.
Ah! Even better. What about you, little leaf?
Oh, I'm Seto.
Oh.
Sorry about. Kenneth puts the gun away. It's like I got stuff I obviously gotta deal with.
Don't we all? And they take another sip of the tea. More orange every just going down their face. And you, Furblog, kin of my kin.
I gotta do an insight. I gotta see if this guy's because I may lie.
Yeah.
Just steal our
I need
name.
to know if he's like genuinely asking for my name or like what's happening here.
18. It seems genuine. Like, you haven't met this person before. They are just chilling and drinking tea. You've kind of rocked up at the back entrance of something. It makes sense they'd ask your name. I think what you would notice on an 18 is they haven't, like, even though Newt offered rat bones, they haven't offered anything other than to enjoy the area. That seems to be like the contract of that.
Do I get any feels of like why / if there was a particular person he was apprehensive about yet?
I don't think so. I think like I would say because you've been watching the scene a lot and you've been mostly holding back to observe, I think you would probably start to realize that it's not you three. That if Skelt is uncomfortable and if there is a level of like tension in both of them, it's not you three. I would say roll me investigation.
I'm pretty sure it's those two dudes. But let's roll.
You got this, Mangs? Yeah, you know stuff.
I think you start to put together that they don't know at any given moment if they are being watched. I think you start to realize that these like swamp abominations have been very calm and peaceful, and this seems to be kind of their natural environment in a way. But you remember that they can be controlled and they can be ordered to do things, which means they could act as familiars and be seen through. Because that was investigation, right? 18, that's good. You know, you'd realize, oh, wait, you can see through a familiar sometimes. Maybe it's not so much exactly what's here as much as they don't know when something could happen. So there's no point risking slipping up with words being so powerful.
Okay. I'm going to go, if you can call me S.
Quite all right. Not a problem. S. My name is Skelt.
I was gonna ask what's your name.
Yes, it's a fair thing to ask. They call me Swamp.
Swamp.
Algae of the swamp, Skelt. I don't tend to go to the village, but as such I have found benefits being outside of it. What brings you to the Feywild?
Phew. So I have a nasty thing in my mouth. So I start traveling and I end up here. And Seto has a whole crisis going on right now. Let's look at him.
Yeah, I guess the long and short of it is we're looking for a lich who might have ties to my parents.
Your parents?
You know?
Lich. I don't know if any of those things can be helped here. It's not my business. But you say there's a thing in your mouth that's odd. Would you open your mouth?
Yeah, he wants to eat everything, but I don't feel like eating you. You're okay. I look
For the best.
and I put out my tongue out.
Okay. I'm gonna roll this in front of the table. He has a +5 to his wisdom. And he is proficient. And he is going to roll to understand that.
That's a lot.
So
he does get a +7 to this roll.
Holy shit.
If he rolls over a 20, then he will understand what you've just shown him. If he rolls under a 20, he will only think it odd.
Alright, that's fair. I mean, it doesn't. I want to shut up.
Ooh,
Hello.
He understands.
Oh, that's the roll, not the full thing.
Yeah, so it was a +7. Wasn't it? Yeah, +7. So that would be 26.
God,
So he understands.
he rolled real good.
I've not witnessed one in person.
Thing is, if we take it out, I cease to live, and that's not right for me. Stuff to do.
Tell me, Finned One, Minute, what would you exchange to not be hungry all the time?
I have more bones. I don't have much on me.
I think it would take a lot more than already dead things to sever your ties to that thing.
Like what? And I move and I lie next to him, like very cozy.
Tell me, small one, do you enjoy the swamp?
It's pretty cool. It's very moist. It's very watery, and I feel like there is a lot of things alive that I could eat.
Have you ever fermented meat within it?
Could I ferment a manatee here?
Oh yes. You can ferment bodies. You could ferment sharks, should you bring them.
And what does that mean? Ferment?
It is when it becomes rotten in an edible way.
So
I
opens
I
the
like
Carl that we have left.
I like eating some rotten stuff, yes.
Tell me, this deal that you already have, how attached are you to it?
It's been there all my life. I don't remember being without it. But between you and me, it's not nice to be hungry all the time.
I can't imagine a bottomless pit and nothing to fill it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Leave that one with me. I have people I wish to talk to.
How do we leave it?
Well, if you put fresh flesh within the bog, it will ferment, and they will come.
Where can we find some fresh flesh?
Is he the fresh flesh?
Who be he? Anyway, I thought you said that out loud.
I did. Like, is he the fresh flesh?
Who be he? No, they do say who be he, as in who is he? Who is?
Is Minute the fresh flesh?
No, it would be pointless then. Nothing to bargain with if you are the chip. However, I could definitely give you something to become the flare. Should you slay it yourself?
Yeah, if you had any flesh that you want us to put here, maybe it could be some quid pro quo.
All of my bog bodies are long since fermented and ready to ripen. However, there are probably things that need to be done, creatures that we need to be gone. Have you ever encountered anything from the Shadowfowl?
I think so.
I don't know. Have we?
I think.
Freeze.
Oh, the bee.
Freeze.
The hive. The yeah.
In fact, Steve, you would hear this if you did want to.
How do you call yourself? Steve?
S.
S.
Come on, S. I know
S.
you got something to do with this.
I just hold up the vial.
Yes. Actually, 1 cup for that vial I will offer. 3 cup I would offer for the promise of them dealt with here.
Could it be 4? We have a friend wandering around in the woods. They got lost.
For a 4th cup. Then you leave some of that bog body for me and my deal. And you will not get it to eat.
Sorry, what?
Oh, sus.
Oh yeah, 100%. Skelt is a scary motherfucker. You could roll Arcana if you want to kind of, because you've been listening.
Sure. I mean, I'll do it.
Right, let's.
Yeah. And so, I guess tangentially to that, if I could tell what this tea is or anything, I don't think I could do it looking at the pot.
Could we do it together?
So the Arcana, so Steve has been stood back. And the reason I said Arcana is you might start to piece together what schools of magic this person could be referring to in this conversation.
Mm-hmm.
And like you might piece together like, oh, he's talking a lot like, and with a 21, like a warlock might about their patron.
Mm-hmm.
And so I think you kind of start piecing together that like this guy Skelt is already a tricksy fae person, but being a warlock and a tricksy fae person means that they are constantly looking for what they can gain. And so like it would take a lot to make him change his offers, but I think you would also notice that he seems to be talking about the swamp as if it is his patron.
All right.
I don't think Newt gets that,
That's
though.
fair.
I think
No.
Yeah.
The swamp and him are one-ish.
Yes, is the kind of vibe you get, and maybe that's why he's kind of constantly going to be here and why he's algae and things like that. But I think the vibe you get, Newt, is probably just like, this guy is good at making body meat. Like,
And yeah, that's also correct.
that is also correct. Sorry, was there another question?
Another thing I'm trying to observe is if I can figure out what is in that tea / what he is brewing.
I think you'd have to be closer.
So
How does it smell? The tea.
Do you take a cup for the bee?
I would like to point out I am not offering the bee.
Okay, then the cup hasn't been
Killing the bee.
offered. Yeah.
But I'm at his feet. So maybe I'm close to smell the
Give me perception.
teacup. No, the teacup, the thing. Perception. Fuck. I haven't rolled at all.
I am so sorry, because
I'm rolling all 5s and 3s.
Not ideal for you today.
Smell like tea, like hot water.
I think on a 7, yeah, it's you do get an aromaticness to it. There is something about that tea that is important, though. I will give you on a 7.
Oh, there's 2 newts.
The deal warlock pretty much is saying that just even for a cup you'll need the bee, and you'll need like a contract that you'll kill others to get in. You guys are gonna have to work that out, how you wanna play with that.
We can kill another bee lady if we got to. Like, if that's a problem for you guys.
Why do we even need this tea? Like, what's the deal with the tea? More importantly, what I say is, what makes this bee so important?
The bee, I wish to consume it.
I understand that.
Okay,
I also want to
I
consume
get it now.
It is from Shadowfell. If I consume it, then I will be in good books with the swamp.
Mm-hmm.
Are there any more bees around there that we can hunt for you?
By the village on the other side, nearer the main entrance.
Oh, but it took so long to arrive here.
Yes, it probably did. The material plane is a very far distance from here.
All right. Well, if that's what we got to do to get through, I've done worse to earn money to pay a toll. So you know what I mean. Let's go get this lady her bees bodies.
But without the drink, you will not be marked.
Marked.
Those who complete the rite gain an aura, a change to their energies from passing around. You have not completed it.
Mm-hmm.
You have not been touched by the Feywild. You are obviously that of the material plane.
Only mostly.
So 1B is for 3 teas.
1B is for 1 tea.
Maybe one of us could drink it and it would help the others.
Maybe.
You will need a contract to get to the others.
I guess it would probably be Steve. He's really the one that like smart about stuff. Or I could do it. I'm okay with that too. I just no. Yeah.
Do I hear any other, like, animals, plants, anything other than these people that are currently in this picture?
Roll me perception.
Very, like, if he wants this bee, I mean, there's nothing else here. Need this bee. It's like
You only really hear the sounds of a forest. You do not particularly hear animals or voices or movement. It is really just
plants and wind.
plants, wind, a bit of water. It's not so quiet that it feels afraid. It's more just isolated.
Odd. Like, I don't hear any chirps, no birds, no skittering, no buzzing.
It is at this point, I think, that Marto would like nudge you a bit and just be like, like they're afraid to talk about what they need to say, but they're like, I'll do.
Oh.
Okay.
Alright, so yeah, we'll go get one of those.
You could ask him more questions, though.
Oh.
You could ask him more questions. You could try and make a barter, but it's just like, what's your plan? Would you like to roll? Like, it's not like you do this or nothing happen. Like, it's what would you like to do?
I got a couple questions. I don't know. They say the water has memory, and since you're a swamp, I guess that makes your memory as old as the water's, right?
Yes, actually, it's not far off.
But also it's a stale.
It's got a lot of memories.
Yeah.
Rotten memories.
The sometimes, we don't know. Not all memories are good memories, but the memories I'm asking for might not even be that great of memories. So this is why they might be someplace that's stagnant. But essentially, like, what were you doing about 100 years ago? Give or take.
Guarding this entrance, as I always do.
Well, did you happen to hear about? I don't know. It feels wrong to word it this way, so I really hope you don't take any offense. It's just the only context and understanding that I personally, and also Steve, have of the events. But, 2 escapees about 100 years ago?
3.
2 in, like, 0.1. I was, like... But...
100 years ago. Escaped is a word. Fled is another. 2 is what I know of.
Yeah, there was only 2 that I know of. That's why I said 2. I don't know if he knew something that I didn't, but let's just keep it at 2. And make it so we both, because we're on the same page. But
We're on a page.
yes. Books. Because he's like, it's springtime, so like this kind of talk is very out of his depth. You know what I mean? But he's trying to...
Tell me, Little Leaf, what do you know of Pan?
I believe she is the goddess of a particular pocket of the prime material plane with Paith as its Mecca? Is that? I don't
It's a
know
word,
if that's
but
the right word. Yeah, but
it's a word. It's a word. I would say Paith has many festivals for Pan, and there are some cults to many gods, Pan being one of them. If memory serves, there were 2 that fled after a festival, and 2 that returned, wounded and alive, brought back for the next festival.
for the next festival?
Yes.
What do you? I mean, I don't suppose you would. I know it was so long ago. What kind of why would they be running from a festival? Where I'm from, they're fun. You get like fried treats, and there's games, and like sometimes they have this really good roasted turnips.
There's games.
Can I do like an insider history? Because I feel
Yeah,
like there's some
100%.
sort of sacrificing this motherfucker that they were trying to save Settle from.
Oh yeah, 100%. Like he's on that track, but he's also really freaked out because
But like I also feel like
gotta be.
I would maybe know this. I don't know why I would know. I feel like that would just be a thing that people know.
You could have put this together years ago, honestly.
You probably wouldn't know much about the Eladrin festivals because they're in a different plane of existence. What
Like
you
Festival
probably
of Japan?
what you probably would know is that the material plane festivals for Pan are culty, even on the material plane. Like when you have a festival for a god that is almost entirely based about debauchery, like
Yeah.
some of those more culty ones get a bit midsummer, like and that could only really be on steroids. I think you piece that together a bit. There would be on steroids in the Feywild, and like you're really thinking it. But I'm just gonna find my notes because I didn't think we'd have this exact conversation.
Like all these things are just everything's getting connected in my brain, and I'm just shutting up and taking it in.
And Seto's playing country dumb right now because it's only half a lot.
D&D notes. There we go. Sorry, I have this. I think I talked to you about this before. Oh, there you go. There's just pages and pages and pages. So one sec. I still haven't done that thing where I organize it into a sensing way.
I'm gonna feed the guy.
Especially if you said we're going to be wrapping up soon. Just don't.
Yes, we will be. Doobadoo. Right. That's water. Threadland. Kieran. Right.
Yeah. I got a drink. Fuck you.
Yeah, found it. Right, cool. Yes, ask away. 100 years ago, you say? Festival, you say?
It's a story that Steve was told about the Grove, and it's part of a bedtime because I'm just a baby, but not like by theirs, but Steve's and I go way back, and he told me like bedtime stories, and like I read books about the Feywild, and I'm kind of overwhelmed just to be here. And then scale phenomenal, and I mean that because I don't think I've ever had anything as like big as you, around. Like, there was a couple of big sons of bitches like these guys, but it's like a different. That was hollow. That had echo to it. He's just kind of like blathering on to try to get him to talk more, I guess.
Well, he is the swamp.
Right.
Of course he's big.
Right.
It's understandable, Little Leaf. I think I'd be confused if I hadn't been here before.
And honestly, if all of that wasn't even a part of the picture, that hat is so fucking cool.
No. Thank you, Little Leaf. Now, will you sign a contract to enter with me, a guardian of a gate? And then my tip to you, if you wish to look into Pan, is that the festivals of Pan, while not involving sacrifice directly, do take away from something not yet considered alive. I would imagine anyone fleeing from it was fleeing for that reason.
I mean, that is a stretch of the why'd I do it now? That's a stretch of the imagination. Like I'm fucking 4 minutes before we end. Activate voice. Well, that's certainly one way to think about it for sure. I would definitely say that's one way. Another is they took a shot when they had a shot. Some people just are gonna run when they got the chance.
Hard to say, I've never left the Feywild or the swamp.
I don't see why you would. So many memories.
It's beautiful. It smells enticing at all times.
Smells of minute.
I have to ask though, as I am guarding this entrance.
Mm-hmm.
Will I need to alert people that people are entering without reason to?
No.
Nah, I don't think there's anybody that would really care that we came in anyway. It's not without reason, as curiosity and knowledge are the best reasons for anything.
By that I mean untouched by the Fae. You have not passed your right. This was important.
Oh, the full circle. Well, I think that has more to do with scheduling issues. Well, you see, what had happened was, we were going in, and then we were here.
I see. Fate brought you here.
I don't want to say prematurely, but, fate has, fate.
It matters not to me, for I will not move.
Alright. Okay, I have 1,001 questions about how Eladrin become all this, but we have things to do.
I think they're a different kind of Eladrin than you.
Well, they're maybe older, but not different.
Marto said he
Can
was
we huddle
kind
up?
of Eladrin. Am I right? Am I wrong?
He chose to be a root folk, right?
No one said they chose it.
Oh.
They said they were it. That they am it.
Alright then. Well, fuck.
I think Swamp Man even said it seems to matter more about your soul than your choice.
Right.
You are who you are, not who you want to be. I think that was what it said.
That sucks because Settle's always fighting his inner demons. He tries to be better, but he is.
You're gonna be a freaking honey badger or some shit.
Right.
Yeah, well, We might find out.
Right.
I just kind of want to lay out what the choices that are coming up are, because I feel like you guys aren't 100% sure what your choices are.
Mm-hmm.
So
Sure.
I'm just not sure what you actually want to choose. Yeah, like both.
We can say that because there are some things I don't want to say I don't understand, but I will say are slightly opaque, not the most clear.
Yeah.
But my understanding is right now we drink the tea to get the mark to go inside the Feywild.
Yes.
And in that contract for going in, which we have to sign in order to do and drink the tea in the first place, it would be adding them, we'll say for the sake of this, essentially adding them to my debt, or like to me, attaching them to me, we'll say like Wally, Steve, and Newt, like attaching them to me. I don't want to say as debt, but you know what I mean, like as co-signers or like
yeah.
But ultimately that I'm still responsible for.
It's more to do with like he is responsible for you guys.
Oh,
so he wants a contract before giving you a passage. It's more that he's a guardian, that he's always kind of been sat here at this gate. Someone's come through however many 100 years they do, and he's like, cool.
Listen, have you never heard of
But I got a good record.
No, that's fair. That's fair.
I'm a creepy guy with a good record.
Right? It's like, now I'm using my critical effective attack. Bureaucracy!
Yeah, and like he's more than happy. Well, he's a warlock.
Yeah,
he's more than happy that you walk away. Like he said, I will stay here. But he would say that was not my passage, sort of thing. Like,
now you know me.
All right.
But you could investigate the tea before you drink it. There's no like, oh, immediately now sort of scenario with it.
There's a billion different options that we could take.
Yeah. Only one you will though.
Okay.
I suggest we huddle up,
with the
have a conversation.
Does my special monocle see anything in the tea? Because I have one of those power pearls.
I think you should huddle up and decide what.
I don't know what's what, but I always have the monocle on. I mean,
I think
physically, not like because.
What does team want do? Talk team.
What? Okay, so. Do we have to do this now?
Is it feasible for us to huddle back into the woods a little bit, or is that too far?
You know what? Because we're at time, what I'll say is, Newt, will you come away from this swamp? Is the first question.
I mean, if they go away, sure, I will follow them.
Then I'd say
It's a nice place for the future to retire.
Then I think what Scout says is, by all means, the entranceway is not guarded with inside, so people can choose to go back. If you wish to talk, you are safe to do so in there. And then, you guys can go to that tunnel just a tiny bit inside. Marto would stay out, because they're trying not to get anything on them. And you would be in a safe place to talk, because you've noticed that people talk more freely in there.
Also, we're summoning a giant robot, which I believe you need a cell phone, and you flick it, and then you go boo-doo-doo-doo-doo.
And then we'll end the session there, and then that's an easy conjoin.
Yes, I like it.
Cool.
I love it. All right.
We're gonna forget everything.
Everything, and that's okay.
Yeah. How are you about throwing a hat in the deal with the tea?
How are you about throwing a hat?
What on earth could you possibly offer?
I'm gone.
We'll talk later about the hat. Let's keep it in mind.
We'll talk
Wow.
later about a lot of things. I hope.
Guys,
see.
guys, that
We'll
was
see.
awesome hat.
That is a really fucking awesome hat.
I want one.
I want one.
I'm glad you like the
Wear same
gold.
hat like that. Yeah, no, I want that hat. I don't like that is fucking like my first thought was holy shit. Like you know how Oda draws those like in 50 years and then or like in 20 years and 60 years for the good and the bad? Like that's the bad for Vivi from Final Fantasy 9.
Yeah.
It's like, it's just a fucking swamp.
Honestly, it's probably the best timeline for this guy he could have had.
Right?
This is the guy we shouldn't call a skeleton.
Yes. No, Skelly
Skelly
Boy.
Boy.
Skelly
Yeah.
Boy was the exact thing I made sure I didn't say.
Yeah, he doesn't want to be called a skeleton because he's withered and he's paranoid about it. It's like you don't call Withers a skeleton. That's rude.
I call him Bone Daddy Jeeves. What are you talking about?
Not the same.
Not the same. Alright, well.
Have you ended the stream or have you just said that?
I just,
No, of course not.
yeah. Why would I do anything? Alright, remember, life happens in every direction.